What if your iPhone could record studio quality 4K ProRes video directly to an external SSD? The same kind of fast SSD storage you have in your phone magnetically snaps to the back of it and give you a boatload of other connectivity options in an impossibly small package? That sounds like a pretty useful product to me. So stick around for the rest of this video, particularly if you find yourself taking a lot of video with your iPhone. Hey there, today I'm reviewing the ORICO MG7, an 8-in-1 magnetic USB-C hub and M.2 NVMe docking station. It's compact, it's magnetic, it's got more ports than most USB-C hubs twice its size, and it's seriously targeting iPhone and MacBook users who are tired of running out of ports or storage. I'm going to unbox it, break down every feature, put it through some real-world tests, and by the end of this video, I'll tell you straight up, is it actually worth your money? Now, before we rip this box open, let me just give you a little bit of context on why this thing even exists. ORICO is a Chinese accessories brand that's been making USB hubs, enclosures, and storage solutions for over a decade. They're actually pretty well regarded in the network-attached storage community. The MG7 is their flagship magnetic hub, and it's designed to solve a very specific problem. If you're an iPhone filmmaker, especially shooting ProRes on an iPhone 15, 16, or 17 Pro, you know the issue. ProRes video is enormous. A few minutes of 4K ProRes and your internal storage is toast. You need external storage, and you need it fast. ORICO's answer? Slap an M.2 NVMe SSD into this little puck, magnetically attach it to the back of your phone, and record directly to the drive. All right, let's get into the box. First impressions are it's minimal, clean, nothing to really write home about. Let's see what's actually inside. All right, so here's the MG7 hub itself, and here it is. It's tiny. We're talking 2.52 inches by 2.52 inches. It's basically a square that fits in the palm of your hand. It comes in silver, blue, or orange. And I've got the orange here, and honestly, it looks great because it matches the cosmic orange of my iPhone 17 Pro Max. The main body is aluminum alloy, feels solid, premium. There's some ABS plastic around the base, but the overall build quality is pretty nice for the price. There's also a short USB-C to USB-C cable, and this is the one you actually use to connect it to your phone or laptop. It's 5 inches long, and that's on purpose so that it doesn't get in the way when it's magnetically attached to your phone. It's rated at 20 gigabits per second, by the way, which is faster than the hub's 10 gigabit per second spec, so I guess there's no bottleneck there. It's also a magnetic ring. It's a small adhesive magnetic ring for Android phones or iPhones that don't have MagSafe. You stick it to the back of your device, and the hub can latch on from there. And it's, I guess, a clever solution, though admittedly a little bit janky for non-MagSafe users. There's also a thermal silicone pad, and you're probably wondering what the heck this is for. Well, it goes on top of your SSD after you install it inside the dock to help with heat management. We'll talk more about heat later. There's also a little bag with a screw and a screwdriver. Yeah, ORICO includes a teeny tiny screwdriver in the box so that you can open it up and then install the SSD. And there's also a pretty standard manual quick start guide. Okay, let's talk about specs and features because there's a lot packed into this little thing. Here's the first one, the M.2 2230 NVMe enclosure. Built right into the body of this hub is a slot for an SSD inside. And it's the short, compact form factor you find in something like a Steam Deck or Surface Pro. You can install up to a 2 terabyte drive. The SSD is not included, which of course will factor into the value discussion later. Once installed, your phone or laptop sees it like any external storage device. One thing to note though, you will have to format it for a particular file type, depending on how you plan to use it. If you're going to use it only to shoot ProRes video on, you'll have to format the SSD to an exFAT format. If, however, you plan just to use it as an external storage point that you can use with your phone or your MacBook, you'll have to format it to the Apple file system format. And as I mentioned earlier, the magnetic bottom of the MG7 contains a strong magnet array. If you have an iPhone 12 or newer, it snaps onto the MagSafe ring on the back of your phone quite firmly. We're not talking slides off if you breathe on it. This thing holds. And again, for Android or older iPhones, that's where the included magnetic ring comes in. Here's the other feature. There's 8 ports in total. All right, let's count them. There's the 10 gigabit per second USB-C for data transfer. There's also a 10 gigabit per second USB-A for other peripherals. There's a 4K HDMI port for external displays. And there's an SD 3.0 card slot. There's also a TF and micro SD 3.0 card slot, which are both separate slots, which is quite nice. And of course, there's also a 3.5 millimeter jack for headphones or microphones. The other nice thing about this dock is that it has a 100-watt power delivery pass-through. So you can charge your laptop or your phone while everything else is running. And of course, there's the M2 NVMe slot itself. That's a lot of things happening inside this really small package. But the headline feature here really is the ProRes Direct Recording for iPhones 15, 16, and 17 Pro and Pro Max users. You can record ProRes 4K video, including 4K at 120 frames per second, directly to the SSD, not to your internal storage first and then offload it, straight to the drive in real time. That is a filmmaker's dream if it works as advertised. Let's also talk quickly about cross-platform compatibility, because this thing works with Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, and iOS. So this isn't just an iPhone accessory. MacBook users, iPad users, Android Power users are all in the target audience here. Setting this up is fairly simple, but there are a couple of steps that might trip you up. First is installing the SSD. You unscrew the single screw on the side panel, open it up, tilt your M.2 2230 SSD at about a 30-degree angle, you insert it into the slot, push it flat, and then screw down the other side. You also have to slap on the included thermal pad. The whole process takes, maybe 3 minutes. ORICO's instructions are clear and the included screwdriver is helpful. If your SSD is brand new, you must format it to the exFAT on a Windows PC or Mac before using it with your iPhone or iPad using the disk utility. If you skip this step and wonder why your phone isn't recognizing the drive, that's why. But remember, as I said earlier, only format it to the exFAT system if you're going to be using the ProRes recording and nothing else. On the iPhone, you manage files through the native Files app. This will show up as a regular USB drive. It's pretty simple. On Android, your file manager handles it. Same story. On Mac or Windows, plug in via USB-C and it mounts like any external drive. The hub port activates instantly. There's no software interface, no companion app, no dashboard. It's pure plug and play, which honestly is kind of what you want from a little hub like this. All right, let's talk about performance, because this is where things get a little bit interesting. The data transfer speeds, in particular. With a fast M.2 NVMe drive installed, I was hitting close to what you'd expect from USB 3.2 Gen 2 up to about 10 gigabits. In real-world terms, moving a 10 gigabyte file from the SSD to a MacBook took about 12 seconds. That's pretty fast for an accessory at this price point. The SD and TF card slots top out at about 170 megabits per second, which is, fairly solid for SD 3.0, decent for photographers offloading from a camera. I also tested the 100-watt charging. With a 100-watt power bank feeding the PD port, my MacBook Pro charged at full speed, while I had the HDMI output and a USB-A device running simultaneously. There was no throttling whatsoever. Now, we do have to talk about the heat. I definitely have to talk about the heat because, as other reviewers flagged this, at first I thought there's no way this thing gets this hot. But even without an SSD installed, it gets very warm. Like, the aluminum body is doing its job as the heat sink, and in fairness, I guess there's no thermal throttling during normal use. But if you're holding it against your phone for an extended, ProRes recording session, you'll definitely feel it. The thermal pad helps the SSD, but the chassis itself runs warm enough that sustained recording sessions in a warm environment could be a bit of a concern. I guess it's not a deal breaker for most use cases, but filmmakers doing long takes should keep this in mind. At the end of the day, though, we have to talk about what it's like to live with this thing. And I'm pulling this from my own experience and what I've seen people say about this thing online. So here's the good stuff. The magnetic attachment is probably this device's killer feature. It snaps to the back of your phone like a MagSafe puck and lets you record ProRes without holding wires or a rig. A travel photographer I found in some comments online said that they use it daily, calling it a true gem for offloading from multiple devices. The versatility is a real strength. This is one of those rare accessories where multiple, completely different people, a filmmaker, a photographer, a MacBook remote worker, could all find a lot of value in it. Now, as for the things that are a bit of a mixed bag, well, some people will definitely find the setup a bit intimidating if they've never installed an SSD before. The instructions are fairly clear, but there's still this sort of hardware modification feel to it that might put off some less than technical buyers. The magnetic ring for non-MagSafe devices is functional also, but feels like a bit of an afterthought. It works, but attaching a sticky ring to your Android phone feels a little bit inelegant compared to the seamless MagSafe experience on the iPhone. As for actual concerns with this product, well, the only one I can really think of is the heat. It will honestly start producing so much heat it could act as a hand warmer in winter. That's not a small concern for extended video recording sessions. Also worth noting, of course, is that the SSD is not included. A decent, even 1 terabyte SSD will run you some more money, that's for sure. And as in all my videos, I always like to talk about the value. The big question is this thing worth the money? Well, it's currently priced at around $60 depending on where you buy it. And that's for the hub alone. Here's who I think this device is absolutely worth it for. iPhone Pro filmmakers who shoot ProRes and need expandable storage. This thing really delivers on that promise. If you're already spending $1,000 on an iPhone Pro, specifically to shoot ProRes, spending $60 plus the cost of an SSD to unlock up to 2 terabytes of external storage is kind of a no-brainer. MacBook users who are also tired of juggling a dongle for displays, SD cards, USB-C, USB-A peripherals, this 8-in-1 hub functionality is terrific, and the build quality justifies the price over other cheap hubs you'll find on Amazon. Travel creators and photographers who want one device that handles SSD storage and port expansion for a phone and a laptop, this is perfect. So, what's the verdict? Well, for the iPhone Pro creator or the MacBook Power user on the go, this is a clever, well-built, feature-dense accessory. The heat issue is real, and the SSD not included adds to the true cost, but the core concept works quite well. The ProRes recording works as advertised, and nothing else in this form factor does this many things this well at this price point. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. There's a few rough edges, keep it from being a home run, but for the right user, it's pretty great. Alright, that's the full review. If you want to pick one up, I've left a link to the product in the description below, along with some M.2 2230 NVMe SSDs I'd recommend pairing it with. If you found this review useful, hit that like button. And if you want to see more gadget reviews like this one, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.